Hello everyone and welcome back to Belladonna. My name is Paradoxical Intention, but y'all call me Paradoxy. Okay, so Belladonna, in our last episode, we were reading her journals, and we realized that she's come to the conclusion that her husband murdered Clara, because her husband was like, yes, I want my wife to be mine again, so I'm gonna murder her lover, even though I was a careless, callous asshole to her. I'm gonna murder her lover. And then he was like, I just don't understand why you're so mad at me. I only murdered your lover and treated you like, you were my property instead of, a person who's dealing with her grief in her own way. And things are just a mess right now. Things are a mess. Boxes.
Yes, those are indeed boxes.
Okay, let's leave. So we have the Belladonna and the milk. I'm assuming we're gonna have to do some bad things to the cat that was in the other room.
What a marvelous mausoleum. The plaque says, Francisca Canosa. This must be the resting place of the lady from the portrait in the study.
Okay.
2 statues of angels. It seems a bit paradoxical to create statues depicting something that's supposed to be immaterial. Let's call them Justifer and Phi.
Okay. So we saw Clara's grave right here. Now we gotta walk back to the house. This is the thing about point-and-click games, is it takes forever to get anywhere. But sometimes that's okay, because, you can just admire the scenery. And it is really beautiful scenery. So I think we need to go to the dinner room. Okay, she wasn't responding for some reason. Let's thaw out the milk.
I'll let it stand by the fire for a while.
Okay, then we need to put, I imagine, the Belladonna in the mortar and pestle.
Let's grind this plant into powder.
Okay, then take the bottle of milk.
It's thawed. The milk is now in liquid form.
Put the milk in the bowl.
The milk pours easily.
Then put the Belladonna powder in the milk.
Is this how Clara died?
I imagine. So now we need to go give it to, unfortunately, we need to give it to the kitty, because the kitty is hiding things. And Kitty, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Kitty. Let's go over here.
I'm not going near that horrible cat. I'll have to get rid of it somehow if I want to proceed. Yes, this should put an end to the grim reign of this beast.
I'm so sorry, Kitty.
Look, it's a key, and it has a funny tassel attached to it. No wonder the cat wanted to play with it. The animal must have managed to steal a key somehow.
Okay, let's look at the journal page.
This is strange. This is Belladonna's signature, but the handwriting is just wrong.
I write to exercise my brain. I find that my thoughts becomes more firm and solid if I force myself to put them down on paper. It doesn't matter what I write as long as I can learn to think again and to remember. I must try and remember. I have no idea how long I have been this way. A walking corpse, a mimicry of human life, an Unmensch. This is all the doings of my despicable husband. He could not be happier, the villain. He got what he wanted. An obedient wife, a beautiful Galatea that exists solely for his pleasure. If only he knew. These notes are the center of my universe, and I keep them well hidden. He doesn't know. He has no idea. The thought has not occurred to him that I might be a thinking being, and I intend to keep it that way. I am slowly and secretly, meticulously pulling my consciousness out of a black void. At first, I truly was a mechanical toy, responsive but never proactive. But gradually I began to regain capacity for thought, and I quickly realized that I needed to keep it a secret. These thoughts were now the only things in the world that truly belonged to me. Beginning to think again was horrible, in many ways even worse than the state of blissful ignorance from which I had just emerged. I only managed to scribble down single disconnected words at a time, more emotions than thoughts, impulses, perhaps. My hands and fingers were stiff and clumsy. I remember cutting myself on the sharp pen once and not being able to prevent the blood flow. I thought that would be the end for me. Surely Wolfram would notice the blood on my hands and get suspicious. But no, the self-absorbed fool merely stitched me up and let me go. I sometimes play with the idea of what I would have to do to prove to him that I am a person, But I won't. The monster has other plans. Well, we just need 3 more of these journals, so there's an idea. Sorry, kitty.
The door is locked.
Tiny key?
Nothing happens.
Okay, so then the task key.
Interesting, but no.
No, I want this key. Okay. More furniture. Another journal page. As my consciousness grows stronger, so does my hatred for my husband. Each morning he brings me with him down to the laboratory and places me in a corner. There I will stand for the rest of the day, still as a statue, silent as death. Occasionally he will throw me a glance or a smile. I find my body smiling warmly back, almost like a reflex, and this indoctrination disgusts me. I am a living decoration, a breathing statue of flesh, his wind-up toy bride. But little does he suspect my eyes are darting across the room, secretly and attentively following his smallest movements. Sorry, my coffee's getting a little cold, so I'm putting it on the warmer. Whoopsie. I carefully memorize every step he takes, every note he writes down, every tiny detail of his ghoulish discovery. If only he knew how fast I am learning, what a willing student I am. As of late, he even picked up the habit of explaining his scientific work aloud. It helps him think, I suppose, and I nod and smile and give little encouraging laughs at all the right places. He is muttering his darkest secrets to me, and I drink it all up. And oh, if only he knew just how close he brushes with his own demise. Hundreds of times a day he is close enough to me for my hands to reach up and snap his neck. My strong fingers around his throat, slowly squeezing this precious life out of him. But no matter how close he stands, my arms will not move. I am a prisoner in my own corpse, staring out through glassy eyes, but unable to will any action into my own dead limbs. Call for me and I will walk. Ask me a question and I will talk. But my rotting brain is unable to form initiatives of its own. I am a golem following orders. Yet with each passing night my willpower grows stronger. I write my thoughts down diligently and practice my mental capacities with the resolve I have. The results are slow but reliable. One day soon I will have the tenacity to strike. And as soon as the time comes, strike I will. One of these days his lovely life-size doll will suddenly find the power within her to execute her swift revenge. Ooh, you gonna get it? So I guess Belladonna finally got her revenge. Broken mirror wardrobe?
That's a big wardrobe. I bet you could hide a corpse in there. Actually, I better not open it and check.
Yeah, let's not. Broken mirror.
The mirror is completely shattered. I think someone in here didn't really like the reflection.
Locker.
Let's take a look inside.
Tiny keyhole.
Coils of rope. I wonder why we're keeping rope in the bedroom.
Patrick, wow. Tiny keyhole, tiny key.
I wonder if this key fits.
And
There's
a big
a key
key
hidden inside. A very important one.
Okay. Okay. Here's a person.
At least the view is nice from up here. Is she dead? She doesn't move a muscle, yet she sits upright. She's like a mannequin of human flesh. A note.
Failure. The attempt was a failure. I could not lure my lost lover back into her deceased corpse. All my preparations in vain. All alone now. No one to turn my key. Oh, so that must be Belladonna. And that must mean we're Clara? Huh? Huh? Ooh. Whoa.
Clara, it really is you. I was so certain I'd never see you again. You didn't wake up.
I woke up. I've been wandering lost ever since, trying to find out what's going on.
How are you feeling? Do you remember me?
I have no memories of you, or of myself, but I I found some notes lying around. I can only assume you're the one called Belladonna.
I am Belladonna, murdered and reanimated by Dr. von Trauerschloss. At first a mindless mechanical doll, but I slowly regained control over my brain. And when the time was right, I broke free.
I saw the doctor's body.
Yes, I crushed his skull. Standing over his blood-soaked remains, I was free at last.
Free at last!
Where did I come from? If he was dead, was it you who brought me back?
Yes, my love. You were the only thing on my mind as I stood there, alone and victorious. I had secretly watched the doctor's process, and I desperately wanted to believe that I could get you back. I unearthed your grave and carried your dead body down to the laboratory. I did everything right, to the smallest detail, but you didn't wake up. And my time was running out. I can't turn my own key, and now that I was alone in the castle, I knew my life force would run out quickly. But for all my effort, you remained dead, and with no one to keep me vital, I eventually sat down here and just stopped.
But I did wake up.
Yes, apparently you did. Your body had been in the ground for quite some time. Perhaps that made the reanimation process slower, but with your key powering your brain directly, you did not have to go through the drawn-out, sluggish wake-up. I take it your cognitive powers and language have been with you from the start.
Well, yes.
Excellent. Then I have even improved on the doctor's method, but I doubt independent thinking and free will was ever in his interest to reproduce.
Do you think you could do it again?
Create more of us, you mean? Yes, I hold the secret of life and death, and I plan to use it. The experimentations must continue.
And the two of us will have no place in this world.
Quite right. So, we'll make us a place. Dead bodies will never be in short supply. We'll make more of our kind. A whole new race of the damned.
Where do we start?
I know for a fact that there's a fresh body lying out there in the Great Hall.
The doctor.
His flesh, at least. We won't be using his wretched brain.
No,
I've
fuck
already
that dude.
destroyed it in any case. But the body will do. We will have to find a few other ingredients. Will you help me?
Hell yeah!
Of course I will.
Thank you, my love.
Damn.
I'll carry the body down to the laboratory and start with the preparations. And in the meantime, you can help me with a few other things. The doctor's brain is completely destroyed. I made sure of that. I don't think any of us want his villainous brain back amongst us. We're going to need to find a new one. Secondly, we will also need some clockwork parts. We have to manufacture a force to keep the dead body going. Thirdly, not only the brain, but also the head and the cranium were damaged. If we can find a new head, that would save a lot of reconstructing effort.
Okay, let's talk to her, I guess. Brain?
I saw a brain preserved in alcohol down in the laboratory.
Oh, you did? That's good. That, my dear, is the brain of baby Lucas.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on, we have to at this point.
Okay, I'll try to get my hands on the brain.
Thank you.
Clockwork?
Clockwork?
Yes, we need something to supply the body with the force to move. We can't make the heart beat again, so we use the spring-loaded clockwork. In the future, we'll have to think of a source of parts more reliable than salvaging old-time pieces, but that'll do for now.
I see.
Thank you.
So probably the grandfather clock in the main hall would be the place we need to go.
Will we need to find a fresh human head?
Yes, I've smashed up the head of Wolfram rather frivolously. I'm afraid it's beyond rescue. I was thinking of my grandmother, Francesca Canosa. I'm sure you've seen her portrait in the study. She was buried some time ago, but her cranium should be sufficiently preserved. She rests in the mausoleum in the cemetery outside, but there is a hidden way into the tomb behind the armor in the basement.
Oh, Roland. Okay, a woman's head?
Your grandmother. Will it not cause problems to attach a woman's head to a man's body?
No, I don't see how it would make any difference in this new race of ours.
Yeah.
We do not even reproduce sexually, so not even that significance is relevant.
What do you mean we don't reproduce sexually? How do you know?
I spent quite some time with Wolfram dead and mindless, you know. I can safely say that, though we do experience all the physical sensations of intercourse, we cannot become pregnant or bear children.
Oh, okay.
I see. I'll go take a look behind the suit of armor.
Thank you.
More questions.
Some things have been puzzling me.
Did I used to have hair?
Did I used to have hair?
You had beautiful hair. Unfortunately, I had to shave it all off in order to operate on your head and open your cranium.
Will it grow back?
Will it grow back?
I don't rightly know. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see.
Probably not. I mean, I am dead. You're not bald.
Yet, you're not bald.
I was revivified directly after my death, when my body was still fresh. You, my dear, had been in the ground for quite some time. I had to reconstruct large parts of your decomposed corpse.
That explains the metal construction holding together my skull.
I have my fair share of screws and bolts myself, but they are carefully hidden. I opted to sacrifice your pretty hair so that I could work more on preserving your brain. Something the good doctor did not do for me.
I want to ask something else.
I'm here for you.
What am I wearing?
What is this I'm wearing?
I'm so sorry about that. I covered you in scraps and bandages I found in the laboratory. I had to cut open and discard most of what you were buried in order to stitch you up. I want you to know that my plan was to be right next to you when you woke up, to help you understand and to find a proper dress. I'm so sorry it didn't come to pass like that.
I'm sorry I killed your cat.
On my way in here, I killed a cat. It was in my way and it felt so natural to just dispose of it. It worries me a bit.
How so?
I may have a functional brain, but what about a soul? Shouldn't there be something in me stopping me from hurting others? Or at least making me feel bad about it?
You're right. It did come very natural for me to murder my husband.
Yeah, because he was an asshole.
But I'm not too worried about this. I have no desire to commit unnecessary killings.
Okay.
And I do have control over my actions.
That's good then. Ooh, that's good. I can do that.
What if you're raising an army of cold-hearted mass murderers?
They won't be mass murderers any more than you and I. And besides, why should we prioritize the lives of the living above the lives of the dead?
That seems weird. Okay.
I want to ask something else.
I'm here for you.
Why did you put this wind-up mechanism in my head? Yours is in your back.
Yes, the damned doctor had placed my wind-up mechanism in my back. It goes straight into my chest and heart, giving me a strong central of power. But it is placed outside my own reach.
Ooh, yeah, huh. So she can't turn it herself, so he essentially made a living automaton that was just supposed to sit there and look pretty that relies on him to be constantly powered. That's an extra level of fucked up, okay?
So, you can't turn it yourself?
No, I can't. I have to depend on others. That's why I chose to put the key in the back of your head, well within reach of your own hands. I know what it means to not be in control of your own existence, and I will never put someone else in the situation I'm in.
Thank you.
Of course.
I want to ask something else.
I'm here for you.
So yeah. I think we asked everything.
I'll start looking for the objects then.
Thank you. Come talk to me if there's something you're unsure about.
Yes, ma'am. Can I just say that she's really, really pretty? Like, Belladonna is gorgeous. Holy crap. Anyways, so I think it's time that I close the episode out, and I will see you guys in the next video. So in the meantime, have fun, good game, and bye!